Your future self will thank you for that. I am in the process of making those same adjustments, taking those same steps to brighten my financial future. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Haldriana, and welcome to a space where we talk about real life, real struggles, and things that nobody is going to warn us about. Today, we're going to dive into 5 things every Black woman should know by 34. Now, let me make this clear. This isn't one of those, you should have a house, you should have a husband, you should have a 6-figure business by now type of list, okay? This is about real lessons, ones that hit different after life have humbled you a few times and have literally knocked your head off, okay? Whether you're approaching 34 or if you're just trying to navigate life as a Black woman, I hope this video speaks to you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, you don't have to be the strong one all the time, okay? I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are not required to carry it all. Not for your family, not for your friends, not for your job, not for nobody. Okay. I used to think that being strong meant handling everything on my own, being the one who people could always depend on. But let me tell you something. Strength is not just about endurance, it's also about knowing when to rest. We cannot always be the caregivers, the problem solvers. At some point, somebody else got to step up to that plate because we can't always do it. Okay. We have been conditioned to always be the one to show up, fix things, keep everything together. And while the resilience is beautiful and it's absolutely amazing that we're able to show up in that way, it can be exhausting. Okay. At some point, you have to ask yourself, who in the hell is showing up for me? Okay. And if you ask yourself that and the answer is no one, then it's time for you to start prioritizing yourself the way that everyone else puts themselves first when it's things that they have going on. Okay. You are allowed to say no. And I've said this before on my other platforms. You are allowed to say no. You're allowed to take a break. You're allowed to be lazy, and you're allowed to lean on other people. Being strong should not mean suffer in silence or sacrifice the fact that you may need a moment in order to satisfy the time of someone else. Okay. Number 2, your health is a non-negotiable. There was a time that I thought self-care meant bubble baths and spa days and nail days and candles. And while all of that is self-care, don't get me wrong, self-care is also keeping up with your doctor's appointments, drinking enough water, stretching your body, making sure you're getting enough sleep. As a 34-year-old woman, I know people my age who don't like the taste of water and who don't like the taste of vegetables and who say they're not going to the doctor. And excuse me, what? Because at 34, our body starts talking back to us. Okay. The random knee pain that you're feeling, that lower back pain that you have, the fact that you can't sit down with your back upright for more than 2 seconds. Sit your back up, sis. You're probably slouching right now. Okay. The way that stress sits in our bodies, it's real. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we get older. And the older we get, the harder it is to bounce back from old habits that we've created throughout our younger years because we were young. Okay. So let's talk about mental health for just a second. If you've been carrying any type of trauma, childhood trauma, stress, or emotions that you just haven't had a chance to process because life been lifing, therapy is your friend. Okay, let's say it together. Therapy is your friend. Okay. There is no badge of honor for holding everything in. There is no reason to walk around like there is a frog stuck in your throat because you are holding back tears, and the weight of everything that you're carrying on your own is literally weighing you down. There's no honor in that. Okay. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, and take care of your spirit, because it is not an option. It is how you're going to survive. It's how you're going to live a long life. And it's how you're going to it's how you're going to grow. Number three, your identity is yours to define. One thing about life is going to force you to evolve. Okay. Who you were when you were 19 and 20 is not who you are right now as a 34-year-old. And that is a beautiful thing. Okay. For the longest time, I felt like I had to stick to one path. It felt like I wasn't allowed to create any different paths. I wasn't allowed to make any type of turns off of the route that I was already going. Okay. And then one day I made a decision like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. And I'm allowed to redirect the journey in which I'm going. Okay. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to pivot. You're allowed to grow and outgrow people and jobs and environments and even versions of yourself that you no longer identify with. Okay. The person that you were yesterday, you're allowed to not be that person anymore if you have made that decision, or if you see areas in which you need to grow in order to get to where you want to be. Okay. There is so much pressure on us, especially with the way social media and everything is set up, to have it all figured out by the time we're 30, by the time we're 40, and all of this. We have to know exactly who we are, what we want, where we're going, and it's exhausting. Okay. But nobody has it all figured out. Not a single person. Even the most successful person on this planet has goals that they're trying to reach, goals that they're trying to figure out. And right now, they're making a plan on exactly how they're going to do it. Even if that means getting rid of something in their day and in their business that no longer suits the goal that they want to meet now. Okay. You are allowed to be more than one thing. You are a whole evolving person, and you don't owe anyone consistency if it comes to the expense of your growth. Number four, financial independence is a game changer. By 34, money hits so different. Okay, you start realizing that financial freedom isn't just about having money, but it's about knowing how to control your money. It's realizing that even small money matters. Okay, if you haven't already, it's time to be serious about budgeting, about saving, about investing. And these are things that I'm learning myself right now today. And no, you don't have to be making six figures to start. And I know that. Okay. You just need to know where you are and what you can do. All right. Financial independence means options. It means not staying in toxic jobs. It means not staying in bad relationships or situations that don't serve you because you can't afford to leave. It means making your money work for you instead of just working for your money. All right. And if nobody told you before, let me be the one to tell you now, credit matters. All right. Investments matter, and multiple streams of income matter. Okay. Credit matters, investments matter, and multiple streams of income matter. With the way prices are going up, the cost of living going up, eggs going up, everything going up, and if it's up, then it's up. You don't have to be an expert to educate yourself. Use the platforms that you're on already in order to learn how to navigate your finances. Your future self will thank you for that. I am in the process of making those same adjustments, taking those same steps to brighten my financial future. Because, for one, I have children that I don't want to make the same financial mistakes that I have made due to a lack of knowing, a lack of learning, generational curses. Like, we are going to be that generation of people who has financial literacy. It's time to say no to the things that we know we don't need. No more purchases from Amazon. We don't need it. No more purchases from the TikTok shop. We don't need it. No more purchases from Coach because the people sitting on the design team are doing the thing. We don't need it. Financial freedom is about choices, and that is the goal that we have that we need to get to here. Number 5, community is everything. Trying to navigate life alone is very difficult. I personally do not believe that people are created to spend their life alone. And that's not to say that everyone has to have a spouse, but everyone should definitely have a community of people who they can depend on. Okay. Even more, if there's one thing that I know for sure, it's the older that we get, the more valuable real friendships become. And I'm not talking about the surface level, we only text each other on our birthdays every other year type friendships. I mean, the people who really genuinely show up for you, okay? The ones that remind you who you are when you can't even recognize yourself in the mirror because you've forgotten who you are. The ones that clap for you when you win, and the ones that sit with you when you lose. Okay. The ones that are wiping the snot from your nose for the smallest things because they mean a big amount to you. I'm talking about those friends. And if you don't have that, then you need to start building that. Okay. Be intentional about the energy that you keep around you. Let go of relationships that drain you, and find people who inspire you, challenge you, and genuinely want to see you win. Okay. Surround yourself with people who have goals the same way you have goals. Okay. You cannot maintain a healthy, long relationship or friendship with someone who does not want anything out of life. Okay. You cannot be a person who has all these goals and then the friends are stagnant. That won't work. Okay. We are not meant to do life alone. Your community should be your safety net, your sounding board, and your mirror. Okay. Nurture those relationships and love on your people. Remember that the quality of your circle is way more important than the quantity. So there you have it, 5 things that every Black woman should know by 34. These aren't just tips. They're truths that I've learned through experience, through mistakes, and through a whole lot of growing pains and tears. Okay. Now I want to hear from you guys. Drop in the comments what you've learned at the stage of life that you're in, whether you're 24, 34, or 84. Okay, drop in the comments so that we can share this knowledge with each other. If this video has resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more content like this, hit the bell so that you won't be missing out on the next video. All right, babe, I want you to take care of yourself, protect your peace, and keep growing. I'll see you in my next video.